The following is a presentation of Radio Alabama Sports. This broadcast is copyrighted by Radio Alabama for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of the game without Radio Alabama's consent is strictly prohibited.
From Radio Alabama Sports, this is the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network. Wetumpka softball is presented by Collier Ford. Come on to Collier Ford. Proudly serving the River region for nearly 75 years. Online at collierfordinc.com. Remax Cornerstone Realty and Remax Cornerstone Realty Plus. Kathy Thornton, Chad Barrett, and Beverly Wright are your River region real estate experts. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you, central to your success. Baptist Health, the official healthcare provider of the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network. Your health is our mission. Online at baptistfirst.org and the City of Wetumpka.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's time for some more postseason softball here on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network. I'm Mitch Petrie, and it's about time here for first pitch. Just a couple of moments away between your Wetumpka Indians and the Saraland Spartans. It's a matchup which will see the winner advance to Oxford and the state tournament in just a week from today. Starts on Monday of next week. Although the season not over for the loser of this game, they will have a chance to earn the second qualifier spot to win out in the loser's bracket. That game will be played at 5 o'clock today if necessary. Indians come into this one with a 42-5 record, and Saraland, on the other hand, they are doing not bad themselves. 45-6-1, undefeated in their area, 6A Area 1, and earned them the number one seed out of their region here coming in to this regionals matchup. These teams already played once earlier in the season. It was the second game of the season for the Indians and the first game of the season for the Spartans. Saraland won that contest 1-0. Each team had one hit apiece, but it was the home run of Jaden Bird that was enough to give the Spartans the 1-0 win over the Indians. And you got to imagine the black and gold here have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder and a chance to face this team in a rematch with a bid to the state championship on the line. Now your keys to the game presented by Remax Cornerstone Realty. I got a couple. First, you got to draw some walks. Indians have been hitting the ball really well, but you want to see some free passes over to first base as you get deeper and deeper into the state tournament. Plate discipline is a huge thing here, and I'd like to see the Indians show a little bit of that. And then, of course, you got to limit the errors in the field. It rained all throughout the night last night, started at about 6 o'clock, and it rained all the way until about 7 or 8 o'clock this morning, all throughout the night. Fields were a little bit wet, and a great job by the grounds crew here at the Gulf Shore Sportsplex to get these fields ready to go for today. That's why this game was pushed back. It was originally slated for 10:45 this morning. Now going to be first pitch right at about 2 o'clock. And when you have this soft dirt, you kind of have a lot more play in your ground balls. They slow down a lot, so you really got to be clean fielding them. Got to get some hard throws over to first and second. Make sure you get those force outs. And anytime you have this much rain, it always just adds another layer of depth. And it's a really windy day out there as well. Gusts of up to 18 miles an hour. It's blowing from right field to left field, so definitely could affect some fly balls out there in the outfield. Outfielders going to have to be on top of their game. We'll take a quick break here for just a moment. When we come back, your starting lineups presented by First Community Bank, and then it's first pitch as we head to Game 3 of regionals on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network from Radio Alabama Sports.
105.1 WRFS is WRFS-FM, Rockford, Alexander City, Lake Martin, Wetumpka, Prattville, Montgomery, home of the Wetumpka Indians on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
At First Community Bank of Central Alabama, banking's about real relationships, trust, kindness, and a shared commitment to making life better. As your neighbor and partner across Elmore and Autauga counties, we're here for you, whether you're planning your future, buying your first home, or building your wealth. With our local knowledge and heartfelt support, you can count on us. First Community Bank of Central Alabama. Let's do life together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Right here at home with Baptist Health. From emergency care to advanced heart services, orthopedics, and women's health, Baptist Health is delivering the kind of care our community deserves, close to home. Their team of physicians, nurses, and specialists are committed to one thing, you and your family. Because great health care isn't about treatment, it's about trust. Choose the care more families across Central Alabama count on every day. Baptist Health, stronger together.
When it comes to real estate in the River region, trust the team that puts you first. Chad Barrett, Beverly Wright, and Kathy Thornton. With experience, dedication, and a commitment to making every move smooth, they're here to guide you whether you're buying, selling, or investing. Together at RE/MAX Cornerstone and RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus, they're the names families across our community count on. Call today and let Chad, Beverly, or Kathy help with your next move.
Welcome back to Tribal Talk, featuring the Bear Woods. Fresh, fast, and always delicious. Wharf Casual Seafood in Wetumpka has something for everyone. The Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network is proud to be fed by Wharf Casual Seafood.
And we are back here in the Central Alabama Community College broadcast booth, just a couple of moments away from first pitch. Coach Otwell out in the batter's box talking to Coach Donna Sunnycow of the Saraland Spartans. Indians going to come out wearing their all-black uniforms, black tops, black, as a visitor team here this afternoon. They are in their all-red uniforms with white pinstripes, white numbers adorned in black trim with the white script Spartans across the front of the jersey. Should be a good matchup between two powerhouse programs here at the 6A level, and excited for a first pitch here. But before we get there, your starting lineups presented by First Community Bank. First Community Bank, local people, local decisions, and a commitment to a community. Indians will be out in the field first, and it'll be Layla Culpepper getting the start on the rubber here this afternoon. She'll be caught by Alyssa Brown, Sophie Arant over at first base, Lexi Smith at second base, Bailey Carlisle over at shortstop, and Taylor Carlisle serving as the third baseman here tonight. Out in the outfield, Autumn Holland in left field, Jalen Morrell in center field, Madison Calloway in right field. Both coaches have now left the center of the home plate and retreating to their dugouts here as the Indians get ready to take the field here and start us off. I mentioned it's Culpepper on the rubber. She has been the bona fide ace for the Indians across this season. She pitched in the game last night against the Spanish Fort Toros. Indians got the win over the Toros 7-3, and Culpepper had a good showing in that. Pitched all 7 innings of the game, just gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, none of them were earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. And across the course of the season, she has by far and away pitched the most innings out of anybody on this team. 131 2/3 innings across the course of the season. 25-3 record she carries into this afternoon's contest. She's given up 36 earned runs, 77 walks to 112 strikeouts, 35 of those looking, and she carries a 1.91 ERA into this contest. Getting warm inside the circle now, and just a couple of moments away from first pitch. We do not have a starting lineup here for the Saraland Spartans, so bear with me a little bit as we try to figure out who is batting when. We do have their roster over here, so do our best. If you see me looking out these binoculars, if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, I promise I'm not blind. I'm just a little bit far away from the field here. As a reminder, first and second inning action is brought to you by State Farm Agent Jackson Hagan. And like a good neighbor, State Farm Agent Jackson Hagan is there. And as a friendly reminder here, the AHSAA asks fans to remember that we all play a role in the education of our students. Parents, fans, and people in the community all set an example for our students, whether they are aware of it or not. Help set a positive example in everything that you do. A public service announcement from the Alabama High School Athletic Association. And we are just about underway here. About to see the throw down here from Alyssa Brown. Culpepper with her final warm-up pitch, and a nice throw there from Alyssa Brown. They'll go around the horn real quick, meet at the circle, and infielders getting ready here. Outfield will break as well, and leading off for the Saraland Spartans, it is Kyler Reed wearing jersey number 4, a lefty batter for the Spartans to get us going, and the Indians break up from the center circle. Everybody heading out to their spots. The black and gold taking on the red and white, and we are just about ready here for first pitch this afternoon. First pitch of 2:03. It's a brisk 76 degrees out there. I mentioned 18-mile-an-hour wind gusts, but 11-mile-an-hour winds throughout. First pitch from Culpepper is chopped foul down the third base line, and it makes it an 0-1 count here. First pitch strike from Culpepper, and that was really something that she excelled at yesterday. Did a fantastic job of getting ahead in the count, not having to work too much. She did give up 3 walks, but it was a long night for her. Threw 112 pitches in that game across the 7 innings. Culpepper misses that pitch just a tad upstairs, knocks the count at 1 apiece. And while talking to Coach Otwell here before this game, as Culpepper comes set, fires the 1-1 pitch. It's a slow roll ground ball. Carlisle fields it, a low throw, but a nice pick from Aran at first, and that's 1 down. Here to start us off, leadoff woman goes down on the 6-3 ground out. Up next, it'll be Lily Roberts for the Spartans. And she is another lefty. A couple of lefties here for the Spartans. Indians only have 1 lefty, so could be something to watch here throughout the course of this game. Don't see as many lefty batters in softball as you would think. 1 down here in the top of the first, and another first pitch strike from Culpepper. That's back-to-back here to start off her afternoon. What I was saying just a second ago, talking to Coach Otwell here before the game, they practice in conditions much like this on Friday, as the 0-1 is a lazy swing there from Roberts, and now behind in the count 0-2. Culpepper looking to pick up her first K of the afternoon. They practiced in the wet conditions on Friday, and Coach Otwell was telling the team all throughout, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it's going to rain down here in Gulf Shores, so should be familiar with these conditions. And a chopped line drive foul into the backstop down the third base line. Count remains 0-2 as Roberts fights to stay alive in the count. It'll be Anna Claire Cole up at the plate. She's in the on-deck circle right now after this at-bat with Roberts concludes. It's an 0-2 count. Culpepper fires it, and it's a slow roller ground ball over to Taylor Carlisle at third base. Fields it cleanly, and the throw to Arant, no problem. 2 up, 2 down for the Indians, and Culpepper has forced a couple of soft groundouts to start us off. I mentioned it'll be Anna Claire Cole serving as the 3-hole hitter here this afternoon. She will step into the box. The first righty we've seen from the Spartans so far today. As Culpepper waits for the pitch call and has it now. Side edge of the plate. Great location there from Layla. And leaving it on the shoulder there is Anna Claire Cole. Decides to take that one, and the call goes to the black and gold. And that one well off the plate there, just a little bit low and downstairs. It's a 1-0 count. And again, apologies everybody if you are watching on our YouTube and Facebook pages. We do not have great internet connection here in this press box, and so I want to remind you all, you can always listen on the Radio Alabama app. And a bunt here from, that's a fair ball and thrown well over the head of Smith, and they say it's a foul ball. It came down right on the base, or right on the foul line right there. There's a nice bunt attempt, though, from Miley Dobbins, the pitcher. And the Saraland crowd doesn't like it. The throw was airmailed over the head of Smith. And that knocks off the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that bunt is a fair ball. And over the head of Smith. And comes around and scores. It was a throw from Alyssa Brown. It hit Lexi Smith square in her glove and just popped right out. A tough throw, and that will go as an E1 or an E2 against Alyssa Brown. And Saraland jumps out to a 1-0 lead over the Indians. As a reminder, friends, we are struggling here a little bit with our internet connection on the up here in the press box. And so if you are watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can always find us on the radio, 105.1 WRFS or the Radio Alabama app. I'm trying to work through that issue as best we can. Showing bunt again are the Spartans. This one, it dropped foul. And hustling for second was Dobbins, the pitcher. It's Mallory Brown at the plate now, who faces a 1-1 count after dropping that foul. And drops it foul again, now a 1-2 count to her. It's a 1-0 game here as the Indians still searching for their first out. There's a runner on second here. It's a 1-2 count here to Mallory Brown. Culpepper comes set with a runner on first, and it is a hard-hit line drive that tracks foul down the first base side. The count remains right where it is. The 1-2 from Culpepper, high and outside, evens up the count here at 2 apiece. We should be back on Facebook here in just a moment. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, I do apologize for the buffering. There is not much we can do here. It's a rough situation as there is not Wi-Fi readily available here in the press box, and ours is not strong, being blocked out here. The 2-2 is upstairs from Culpepper. That makes it a full count here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. An all-important payoff pitch here as there's already one on. Culpepper fires, ground ball, straight back behind the batter into the backstop, and so we will try the payoff here again in just a moment. Top of the second here as the Spartans lead it 1-0. Lead-off double from Jaslyn Skanes as the payoff pitch again is fouled back and over the backstop and into the concourse here at the Gulf Shores Sportsplex. Another payoff pitch coming. A third time might be the charm. Again, while we were away, it was the leadoff double from Jaslyn Skanes here in the top of the second, and then a throwing error against Alyssa Brown on a bunt from the pitcher Miley Dobbins that sent the Spartans around to score. The payoff pitch fouled back into the backstop again. 10th pitch of the at-bat coming in just a moment. It's still Mallory Brown at the plate in an absolute war with Layla Culpepper here. Ground ball right to Smith. Tailor-made double play over to second at 1, and no throw from Carlisle over to first. They'll take the lead runner, and they get the first out here. A fielder's choice for Mallory Brown, and now E.C. Reddy will come up to the plate here with 1 down. It was a slow roller, and it was a tough one to turn 2 on as well. It was straight to Smith, but it was just too slow to try and turn 2. A smart decision from Carlisle just to hold on to it, not force anything. Good pitch from Culpepper, but missed it just a tad low there. 1-0. The 1-0 from Culpepper is a call to strike 1. Catches the outside edge of the plate there. And again, apologies if you are experiencing any buffering on YouTube or Facebook. We are always on the radio at 105.1 WRFS. You can download the Radio Alabama app and listen wherever you might be. The 1-1, just a tad low that time. Culpepper falls behind in the count here, 2-1. It's the top of the second with 1 down. The Spartans lead it 1-0 after the leadoff double from Jaslyn Skanes. There's a runner at first. It's Mallory Brown. Got there after a fielder's choice. The Indians threw it over to second and got the lead runner. The 2-1. Ground ball to short. Carlisle over to Smith for 1, and a throw from Smith hits the head there of the lead runner, Mallory Brown. She was right in the way. It might have been a double play ball, and the umpires here are going to head out to the center circle to talk about what that was. I believe they should call that runner's interference. Got to slide and get out of the way of that one, and it should be a double play, but we will see what they decide to do. I'm not sure the throw would have been in time had it been a straight shot. Would have been a close play over down the first base line. And everybody collectively holds their breath as they await the call from the umpires. And, yeah, they are going to give the double play to the Indians, and I think that's the right call. Indians, 4-6-3 double play. Well, I guess 6-4 double, or 6-4 for 1, and then runner's interference for the double. For the double play. I have no idea how to draw that one up. The runner still stands at first, and E.C. Reddy, as I don't think the Spartans agree with the call, as Coach Sonny Kolb is out there having a conversation with the home plate umpires. I think she wants a bit of an explanation. Well, we're going to operate under the assumption that that was a double play. I have a hard time seeing the umpires reversing their ruling. We'll let you know what happens when we come back on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network from Radio Alabama Sports.
Safety starts with Montgomery Fire Equipment Company. From inspections and extinguisher service to full fire suppression systems, businesses across Alabama trust our team to protect what matters most. And now, we're hiring. We're looking for new fire technicians to join our team. If you're hardworking and ready to make a difference, this is your chance. Montgomery Fire Equipment, protecting people, property, and progress.
It's never too late to take the next step. The Central Alabama Community College Adult Learning Program helps adults 18 and older earn their GED or even a high school diploma. You can also prepare for the workforce with short-term certificates in medical billing and coding, medical assisting, pharmacy technician, or hospitality and culinary. Flexible classes fit your schedule, and your future starts today. Visit cacc.edu/adult education or call 256-378-2017. CACC Adult Learning Program. Discover you.
Hi, I'm Kathy Thornton. I've built my business at RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus by being honest, dependable, and always putting my clients first. If you're ready to buy your first home, sell your current home, or just want to talk about your options, I'd love to help. Reach out today. Kathy Thornton with RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus, where neighbors become clients and clients become friends.
Bottom of the second here on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network. Spartans lead it 1-0. Bailey Carlisle is going to lead us off here in the bottom of the first. She will take strike one, catches the low part of the zone, falls behind in the count, 0-1. Still Dobbins on the mound here and working through our starting lineups for Saraland as we were not provided with one. A pop-up straight back and over the backstop, back onto the concourse again. And now behind in the count is Bailey, 0-2. Going to have to battle here to earn her way on base. Thought we might see a leadoff bunt, as we see so often from Bailey Carlisle. She's got a lot of speed on her, but elects not to go with it that time. The 0-2 is well away and out, is upstairs and away, well off the plate that time. No problem for Carlisle to leave it on her shoulder. Swing and foul tip straight back into the backstop. Good job from Carlisle, trying to fight and stay alive here. Dobbins comes set, and the 1-2 to Carlisle. Upstairs, good eye, knots the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, it's a 1-0 lead for the Spartans after the leadoff double in the top of the second from Skanes. Indians had a double of their own as the 2-2 is swung at and missed from Carlisle. First strikeout of the game for Dobbins, first out of the inning. And Autumn Holland is going to follow Carlisle to the plate, the left fielder for the black and gold. Holland here comes in as a bona fide part of this Indians lineup, right in the middle of the order. And first pitch swinging from her. It's a slow roller ground ball over to third. The throw to first in plenty of time, and a quick 2 outs for the Indians here in the bottom of the second inning. Two down here now. Alyssa Brown up at the plate, the senior catcher for the Indians, committed to the Grambling State Tigers, where she will continue her academic and athletic career. First pitch swinging from her, and nothing doing though. It's an 0-1 count. Good eye from Brown there, testing the zone. It was on the outside edge of the plate, leaves it on her shoulder, and knots up the count here, 1-1. A pop-up high in the air. Skeens, the first baseman, is calling for it and will make the grab. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Indians. They trail 1-0 as we head to the top of the third on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network from Radio Alabama Sports.
At First Community Bank of Central Alabama, banking's about real relationships, trust, kindness, and a shared commitment to making life better. As your neighbor and partner across Elmore and Autauga counties, we're here for you, whether you're planning your future, buying your first home, or building your wealth. With our local knowledge and heartfelt support, you can count on us. First Community Bank of Central Alabama. Let's do life together. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hungry for fresh, flavorful seafood? Come to Wharf Casual Seafood, your local spot for shrimp, crab claws, mahi-mahi, and all your coastal favorites. Looking for a budget-friendly bite? Check out our tasty lunch specials featuring wraps, salads, shrimp, and more. Wharf Casual Seafood. WharfCasualSeafood.com. The coast is here.
Whether it's an everyday sprain, strain, fracture, or sports injury that doesn't require a trip to the ER, Baptist Ortho Now has you covered. Baptist Ortho Now offers urgent orthopedic injury care with walk-in convenience 6 days a week. Check them out online at baptisthealth.org. Open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. 8-9-1 due up for the Spartans, and it'll be Briley Goff, Jaden Bird, and Kyla Reed due up here in the top of this third inning. The Spartans lead it 1-0, and they'll look to tack on here a couple of more. It was Jaslyn Skeens in the top of the second with a double that ended up coming around on the bunt attempt from Miley Dobbins. The throw was misfired to Smith and off the glove. Culpepper in the circle here and starts us off with a pitch just a tad downstairs, 1-0. Swing and fouled straight over down the first base side, and well out of play. Nobody going to be able to make a play on that one. Will not the count up at 1-1 strike. Two powerhouse programs here in the Indians and the Spartans, and everything you'd expect here from the third game of the regional. Both teams 2-0 so far. Showing bunt, but pulled back and called ball two. It was a close play on the outside edge of the plate. Umpire gives the nod, though, to the Spartans. Culpepper, the 2-1. Low and inside off the glove of Mitt. Now a 3-1 hitters count here. To Briley Goff, the right fielder for the Spartans. Showing bunt, but pulls back on the 3-1. Missed it low and inside, did Culpepper, and a leadoff walk for the Spartans here. It's the first walk of the game suffered by Culpepper. And that will send a runner over to first base. It's the 9-hole hitter, Jaden Bird, up at the plate now. And if you recognize that name, that is because in the second game of the season when the Indians and Spartans last faced off, she had the lone hit. That was a home run for the Spartans and was enough to give them the 1-0 win. The pitch low and inside and off the glove of Alyssa Brown with the wild pitch will send a runner to second, and now a 1-0 count as Briley Goff takes advantage of the pass ball. And we're getting a time call here as the umpire, I think, is talking to the batter. Said she might have been a little bit too far up in the box. I'm not 100% sure, however. Or we might have had a ball come down the left field line. There's one of the two. I'm not entirely sure what the holdup was there, but it's a 1-0 count here with a runner on second. Nobody down in the top of the third. Culpepper delivers, and a bunt attempt right back to Culpepper. The throw over to Smith, who came over from second to cover, and a successful sacrifice there. The runner in Goff will advance to third, and the Spartans trade an out for an extra bag. Showing bunt right off the bat is the leadoff hitter here, Kyla Reed. She grounded out to Bailey Carlisle in her last time up to start us off in the top of the first inning. She does pull back the bunt now and shows it. She pops it straight up and back, though. An 0-1 count. Nobody able to make a play on it as it hit the net on the fly. Alyssa Brown shed the mask and hustled after it, not able to get there. And the 0-1. It is a bunt going home. Culpepper elects to throw it to second. The throw off the mark. Smith did not have her foot on the bag. The Indians elects not to go to the plate with it. The runner comes around to score on the successful bunt. Now the Spartans lead it 2-0. It was a good bunt attempt, though, and it would have been a close play had Smith had her foot on the bag regardless. Showing bunt again are the Spartans. Drop it down. This time it's Lily Roberts up at the plate. And dropped it foul straight behind the backstop, and a 0-1 count. Spartans playing a lot of small ball here. The 0-1 showing bunt again. They drop it down. Culpepper fields it and throws over to first in time. And now a run down here and over at second. It's a misfired throw out into right field. Nobody's out there. Madison Callaway came in for the run down, and nobody is there. The run will come all the way around to score. And that's just an unfortunate series of events for the Indians. Callaway came in trying to help with the run down at left right field, completely open. The throw back to second was misfired, and that's just a rough break for the Indians. It's a 3-0 lead for the Spartans now. Nobody on base and 2 outs. Indians having a meeting in the circle here, trying to lift each other up a little bit in what has felt like everything that could go wrong for the Indians has. It's just been kind of the Indians beating up on themselves outside of the leadoff double. It's just about the only hit that the Spartans have had. It's a 3-0 ball game here as Anna Claire Cole will step into the box, grounded out in her last time up. It was Kyler Reed who got caught in the rundown and then eventually came around to score. Well out in front of that one is Cole on the first pitch of the at-bat. Grounds it foul down the third base side. Again, we are having some internet issues here. Reminder, you can always find us on the radio 105.1 WRFS if issues continue. Should be good to go there on the radio. The 0-1 is a line drive foul, and it goes on to the other field there into right field, well behind that one. And Culpepper now ahead in the count, 0-2. Umpire needs a couple more balls. He is out of them, and you could hear that on the crowd mic right there. We did get the ball back from the opposing field, and as long as it's not scuffed up, which should not be, as it just landed in the outfield grass over on the adjacent field. Upstairs on the 0-2 from Culpepper, missed it just a little bit outside as well. That makes it a 1-2 count. There are 2 outs here in the top of the third. And upstairs, 2-2. It's Anna Claire Cole up at the dish for the Spartans. Showing bunt now, but with a 2-2 count, she decides to pull back, and she does. It's a foul ball well down the first base side, much like we saw. It does not go on the adjacent field this time, though. And she'll stay alive in the count, and it remains right where it is, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 upstairs, full count. Payoff pitch. Upstairs. Second walk of the game suffered by Culpepper, and Anna Claire Cole will make the journey down to first base. That will bring Jaslyn Skanes back up to the plate, the first baseman for the Spartans. She had the lone extra base hit for them in the top of the second before coming around to score the first run of the ball game. Upstairs on the first pitch, 1-0. Culpepper, the 1-0, called strike one. That'll knot up the count here at 1 apiece. One and one was outside there. Just missed it a tad off the edge of the plate. Culpepper, the 2-1, slipped upstairs. 3-1 hitters count here to Skanes, and in danger of back-to-back walks is Layla Culpepper. Is just a little bit outside. And back-to-back walks suffered by Culpepper, both with 2 outs here in the in the top of this third inning. Now it's Cole who stands at second. Skanes makes the journey to first. And Coach Otwell here is going to come out and have a conversation with his pitcher, try to settle her down a little bit. And you can hear the Spartans chant here. It's a big crowd for Saraland. As I mentioned, it's just a short journey across the Bayway to get over here, and Spartans fans have showed out as opposed to the 3-hour drive it is from up in Wetumpka. In the box now, it's the opposing pitcher, Miley Dobbins, laid down the bunt last time. That was a misfired throw that allowed Skanes to come around and score back in the top of the second inning. A 3-0 ball game, 2 on for the Spartans. In the first pitch from Culpepper, just a tad upstairs, 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Culpepper struggling with the control a little bit. The 2-0, and upstairs again. From Culpepper, a nice recovery right over the heart of the plate. Dobbins leaves it on her shoulder, a 3-1 count. The pitch. It's a high pop-up. Smith making chase for it, settles under it, and will make the grab. Indians escape the 2-out jam, but the Spartans plate 2. They lead 3-0 here as we head to the bottom of the third. Indians look to start closing the gap on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network from Radio Alabama Sports.
Now is the perfect time to start your future at Central Alabama Community College. CAC's next mini-term begins March 9th, giving you a fast, flexible way to earn college credit or start a new career path. With campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Talladega, and Prattville, CAC offers affordable classes designed to fit your schedule. Don't wait for fall. Get started this spring. Apply online today at cacc.edu. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you, central to your success.
Hey, I'm Chad Barrett with RE/MAX Cornerstone. I love helping families in Central Alabama find their place to call home. Whether you're buying in Prattville, selling in Wetumpka, or moving anywhere across the river region, I'll make the process smooth and successful. Call me, Chad Barrett at RE/MAX Cornerstone. Let's find your perfect home together.
105.1 WRFS is WRFS-FM, Rockford, Alexander City, Lake Martin, Wetumpka, Prattville, Montgomery, home of the Wetumpka Indians on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Back now here on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network. Bottom of the third, set to get underway here in just a moment. Madison Callaway is going to lead us off here and try to get the bats going for the Indians. Just have one hit so far, coming back to the one-out double from Layla Culpepper in the bottom of the first. Beverly Wright, Kathy Thornton, and Chad Baird are your hometown real estate experts with RE/MAX Cornerstone and RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus. When it's time for your next move, choose the best. RE/MAX Cornerstone and RE/MAX Cornerstone Plus, the official real estate partner of the Wetumpka Sports Network. Callaway in the box now. Dobbins in the circle. The first pitch to her is off the plate outside. Good eye. It's the first at-bat of the game for Callaway. She'll be followed by Kyla Richardson, then Lexi Smith. It's 8-9-1 due up for the black and gold. Called strike one on the 1-0 pitch, just a tad outside. And Callaway decides to leave it on her shoulder. Count's knotted at 1. The pitch. Breaking ball inside that catches the strike zone. And now behind in the count, Madison Callaway, 2-2. The 1-2 from Callaway is a high pop-up into shallow right field. Goff will settle under it and make the grab. Leadoff woman down for the Indians. It'll be the lefty, Kyla Richardson, who steps into the box now, the sole lefty in the Indians lineup this afternoon. First pitch to her, wave at and missed. Behind in the count, 0-1. Foul tip on the 0-1 makes it an 0-2 count. The 2-0 is a soft ground ball over to the shortstop, or the second baseman Brown, who cheated up a good bit for it. It's right in there, almost like she was playing the bunt. And now an 0-2, or now 2 down here after back-to-back outs for the Indians. And top of the order, 2 back up. Lexi Smith up in the box. The first pitch to Smith is cut on and fouled straight into the backstop. The 0-1. It's a hard-hit ground ball off the glove of a sliding Janik at shortstop. A two-out single for Lexi Smith. Give her credit for the base hit there. It was a tough play to make. We'll see whether they score that as a base hit or decide to score it as an error. I am in the camp that it should be a base hit, but we will check to see what that goes down as. They do give it Smith credit for the single. Now Layla Culpepper, who had the only hit of the ball game for the black and gold up until that single just a moment ago from Smith. First pitch swinging from Culpepper, and it's popped well up into center field. Called off by Goff, the right fielder, who comes in and makes the grab. Indians strand one, still trail by 3 as we head to the top of the 4th on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network from Radio Alabama Sports.
What matters most with State Farm agent Jackson Hagan in Wetumpka. From auto and home to life insurance, Jackson Hagan and his dedicated team offer personalized service to ensure you have comprehensive coverage tailored to your needs. As a local agent, Jackson Hagan understands the unique challenges you face and is committed to guiding you through every step, from quotes to claims. Trusted a neighbor who truly cares. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Jackson Hagan is there. Call 334-478-3864 for a quote today.
Looking for power, performance, and adventure? You'll find it all at Collier Ford in Wetumpka. For more than 70 years, Collier Ford has been proudly serving the River region since 1952, helping families and businesses hit the road with confidence. When you think trucks, think Collier Ford, home of the legendary Ford F-150, built tough to handle any job. If adventure is calling, Collier Ford has the bold and capable Ford Bronco, ready to take you off the beaten path. Want that same spirit in a smaller package? The Bronco Sport is waiting for you at Collier Ford. From great ideas to family service, Collier Ford makes buying your next vehicle easy, fun, and stress-free. So whether you're hauling, exploring, or just cruising through town, make your next stop Collier Ford. Test drive your next Ford today, and remember, come on to Collier Ford in Wetumpka.
Come to Collier.
Stay connected with Central Access. Get blazing fast internet starting at 300 megabits per second for just $59.99 a month. Reliable, affordable, and delivered straight to your door. Central Access has you covered. Central Access, your local link to broadband. 6-7-8 due up for the Spartans here. Mallory Brown going to lead it off, the second baseman for the Spartans. She was in a fielder's choice in her last time up, and Culpepper starts us off with a pitch skipped in front of the plate, 1-0. The 1-0. Just a tad north, a good spot there from Culpepper. Or tad south, apologies, just a little bit low there. A good spot from Culpepper, but call won't go her way. 2-0. And upstairs from Culpepper, 3-0. Started struggling with that control a little bit back in the top of the 3rd inning, and seems the issues have somewhat stretched over here to this inning. 3 consecutive balls from Culpepper to start us off. The 3-0 is just a little bit north. It was a real close call, a good spot from Culpepper, but will not get the benefit of the doubt there. Leadoff runner on a 4-pitch walk. And Mallory Brown, EC ready, up at the plate now. And that's a 4th walk of the game for Culpepper. And upstairs from Culpepper, 1-0. If this result stands as it is, the Indians would have to win the next game to advance to the state tournament in Oxford. That one will be played against either Gulf Shores, Pike Road, Rehoboth, or another team that I'm blanking on. The 1-0. And nice recovery from Culpeper there. Catches the outside part of the plate. The Indians would play Spanish Fort again, Pike Road, Rehoboth. Or Gulf Shores. And we will try to keep you updated here as we go throughout. Hopefully won't need to cross that bridge. That game would be played at about 5:30 if they do make it there. Pitch was inside, by the way. It's a 2-1 count here. Nobody down. A runner on first as the Spartans lead us 3-0 here in the top of this fourth inning. Culpeper comes set, showing bunt is ready, pulls back, but the pitch misses outside, 3-1. Hitter's count here to EC Ready, showing bunt again, and she will lay it down. It's a slow roller. Culpeper snags it and makes the play at first, a sacrifice bunt. Brown advances, though, to second base, so successful sacrifice for the Spartans, as they've kind of been a big fan of that small ball. A lot of bunts here for the Spartans. And hard to believe that the one hit for them back in that second game of the season was a home run, as it's pretty much just been bunt, advance, bunt for the Spartans. I'll bring up Briley Goff to the plate with one down. Now a runner on second. Culpeper begins and showing bunt. That one is dropped behind the plate, an 0-1 count. Brown had to chase down the ball a little bit. It rolled kind of towards the Indians' dugout after ricocheting off the backstop. The 0-1, it's a ground ball right to Carlisle at short. A throw that was low, but in time. A good pick from Arant over at first base. It will advance the runner over to third in Mallory Brown, but the ground out from Goff makes it 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Jaden Bird. Laid down a sacrifice bunt in her last time up as well. First pitch from Culpeper, off-speed pitch, just a tad low, 1-0. The 0-1 is a high fly ball and straight away right field. Madison Callaway will settle under it and make the grab. 3-0. Spartans still on top. Indians look to get the bats going in the bottom of the fourth on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network from Radio Alabama Sports.
Looking to tackle your next home project? Look no further than Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply. With same-day pickup, ship to store, and ship to home, all available at RussellDoItCenter.com. Whether it's paints, tools, lumber, or lawn care, we've got what you need with the service you can trust. So be sure to shop today at RussellDoItCenter.com. RussellDoItCenter.com.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
Are you tired of slow internet? With Central Access, you get the speeds you pay for, delivered directly to your door, so you won't get bogged down when your neighbors are online too. Stream, game, work, and video chat. No contracts, no data caps, no price hikes, nothing but an exceptional all-night experience. Check availability today at caecaccess.com. Central Access, your local link to broadband.
Fourth inning is brought to you by Collier Ford. From tough F-150s to family-friendly SUVs, Collier Ford makes buying easy with great selection and hometown service. No pressure, just honest deals and friendly faces. Come to Collier Ford today and drive home your new Ford for less. Sophie Arant going to lead us off here in the bottom of this fourth inning. She'll be followed by Taylor and Bailey Carlisle as she takes low and away at 1-0. Indians like to see the bats get going here. Second time through the order, might see the pitcher just a tiny bit better. And Indians sure would like to start making a dent into this 3-run deficit. Arant takes that pitch on the outside edge of the plate, called strike one, and knots up the count here at 1 apiece. The 1-1 is a pop-up straight behind home plate and behind the backstop. And a 1-2 count to Arant now. Low and inside on the 1-2 pitch. Arant leaves it on her shoulder, and that will not count here at 2 apiece. The 2-2. Fly ball into shallow right center field, laying out and making the grab is Reed. What a catch. Fully extended, laid out, and had to come a long way for it. That was a really nice play from her out in center field. Robbed Arant of a blue base hit. And that'll bring up Taylor Carlisle to the plate. Popped up in her last time up, second at bat for her this afternoon. Low and outside. Taking ball one is Taylor. First time we've seen her jump Bailey in the lineup so far this season, and swinging on that one out to the alley again, and another sliding catch from Reed out there. Just about the exact same thing that happened in Arant's at bat. Sliding grabs for both outs this inning, and that's just tough breaks for the Indians. You can't do much about that. You try to hit it where they aim, and all center field out there belongs to Reed, it seems. That's 2 down here in the bottom of this fourth inning. It's Bailey Carlisle up at the plate now, who takes a breaking ball on the inside edge of the plate for strike one. Bailey struck out in her last time up at the plate. And takes low that time. Good eye from Carlisle. It was a close call, and 1-1 count. The 1-1 is a high pop-up from Bailey Carlisle in the shallow outfield. The shortstop, Janik, will head out and make the catch. Indians retired 3 straight, 3 up, 3 down. They trail it by 3 as we head to the top of the 5th on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network from Radio Alabama Sports.
Hi, I'm Beverly Wright with RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty. I know buying or selling a home is a big decision, and that's why I treat every client like family. Whether it's your first home, your forever home, or anything in between, I'll make the process as smooth as possible. I'm Beverly Wright at RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty, here to serve you.
When your job depends on quality building materials, depend on Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply. From framing lumber and roofing to concrete, drywall, and fasteners, we've got the materials to build it right and build it strong. Whether you're a contractor or a do-it-yourselfer, if you're building, You belong here with dependable products and local service you can trust. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your go-to source for building materials.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
Come to Collier.
Looking for power, performance, and adventure? You'll find it all at Collier Ford in Wetumpka. Whether it's the legendary Ford F-150 built to tackle any job, the bold and capable Ford Bronco built for the trails, or the versatile Bronco Sport perfect for every road trip, Collier Ford has the right ride for you. Proudly serving the River region since 1952. We're here to keep you on the road.
Come to Collier.
Top of the fifth here on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network, and it's 1-2-3 due up for the Spartans. Kyler Reed, Lily Roberts, and Anna Claire Cole. First pitch of the at-bat here to Kyler Reed is just a tad north, 1-0. Showing bunt right off the bat, but has elected to swing away for the most part, has Reed. And called strike one on the outside edge of the plate there will knot us up here at 1 apiece. The 1-1 is a backhand ground ball by Taylor Carlisle over at third base, and a laser throw to Aaron at first. It barely gets Reed. A nice play and a nice throw from Taylor Carlisle. Snuck the backhand in there and a dart over to Aaron at first. And hopefully that gives the Indians just a little bit of momentum. A 5-3 ground out for Kyler Reed, and that will bring up Lily Roberts to the plate for the third time this afternoon. Grounded out to Bailey Carlisle on her first time up before reaching on the fielder's choice. Back in the top of the third. Off-speed pitch cuts into the outside edge of the zone for a call to strike one to the lefty Roberts. The 0-1 is popped up and foul. It was a bunt attempt there that just went straight back into the backstop down the third base side. And now an 0-2 count as Culpepper seems to have refound her control. Culpepper waiting for the pitch call, and she has it now. Starts the windup, and the 0-2. Called strike three, got her looking on the outside edge of the plate. It's the first strikeout of the game for Layla Culpepper, and that'll build some confidence. The infield will come around to celebrate and congratulate with her, but a lot of work left ahead for the Indians. 2 down here in the top of the fifth, and Anna Claire Cole going to come up to the dish now. Drew a walk in her last time up, grounded out in her first appearance. And the pitch. A wave and a miss. 0-1. Culpepper, the 0-1. Hard hit line drive, tracking down the fence and over the fence. A round tripper, I believe, for Anna Claire Cole, and it is. A home run gives the Spartans a 4-0 lead over the Indians. It was pulled straight down the third base line, and Autumn Holland went and made chase for it, but not able to bring it back. A 4-0 ball game. Jaslyn Skanes will come up to the box now, the first baseman for the Spartans. She had that double back in the top of the second before coming around to score and walked in her last time up. That one, though, is a foul ball straight backhand over to the backstop. 0-1. And the 0-1. And it skipped in front of the plate from Culpepper. And that will knot the count here at 1 apiece. Culpepper comes set, the 1-1. Foul ball straight back into the backstop. Culpepper ahead in the count now, 1-2. Skanes in the box, showing bunt here, and will pull back. The 1-2 slipped out of the hand of Culpepper, well off the plate there. Knots us up here. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down in the top of the 5th. A high pop-up here on the 2-2. Madison Callaway makes a light jog and will settle under it and make the grab. The Spartans tack on 1 more on the round tripper from Anna Claire Cole. They lead it 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network from Radio Alabama Sports.
Protect what matters most with State Farm agent Jackson Hagan in Wetumpka. From auto and home to life insurance, Jackson Hagan and his dedicated team offer personalized service to ensure you have comprehensive coverage tailored to your needs. As a local agent, Jackson Hagan understands the unique challenges you face and is committed to guiding you through every step, from quotes to claims. Trusted a neighbor who truly cares. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Jackson Hagan is there. Call 334-478-3864 for a quote today.
Now is the perfect time to start your future at Central Alabama Community College. CAC's next mini-term begins March 9th, giving you a fast, flexible way to earn college credit or start a new career path. With campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Talladega, and Prattville, CAC offers affordable classes designed to fit your schedule. Don't wait for fall. Get started this spring. Apply online today at cacc.edu. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you, central to your success.
Bottom of the 5th here on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network. Autumn Holland at the plate, and first pitch swinging from her. Foul ball straight over the backstop. Down 4 to the Saraland Spartans are the Wetumpka Indians, and need to get the bats going here a little bit, down to their last 9 outs. There's 2 base hits for the Indians so far this afternoon, and that one low and away. Good eye from Holland to leave it on her shoulder. Ties up the count at 1 apiece. Called strike 2 on the 1-1 pitch. Holland leaves it on her shoulder. The 1-2 is a bloop single over the head of the second baseman, Brown. And a leadoff woman on for the Indians. And starting to hopefully get a rally going. Autumn Holland leads it off. That'll bring up Alyssa Brown to the plate. She popped up in her last time up to the first baseman, Skanes. First pitch to Alyssa Brown downstairs, maybe a bit inside there as well. 1-0. hard hit line drive from Alyssa Brown. It rolls into the outfield. Alyssa Brown will think about heading to second. She will retreat to first. So Autumn Holland makes the journey all the way to third. Runners on the corners with nobody out, and this is what you like to see for the black and gold. Back-to-back singles for the Indians. Autumn Holland stands at third. Alyssa Brown at first. Indians got to tack on a couple here. Just the third and fourth hits of the ball game for the black and gold, respectively, and Madison Callaway comes up at a huge moment. Nobody out, and runners on the corners. A base hit would score one. Bunt attempt from Brown. From Callaway. She elects to pull it back, and a good decision at that. It was low and away, 1-0. Indians might be trying to run the squeeze play here. The third baseman and first baseman cheating up, expecting the bunt. A big cut from Callaway on the 1-0. Fouled back straight into the backstop. Knots up the count here, one apiece. Wind is picking up a good bit out there. Could introduce some chaos in the outfield on a couple of fly balls. The 1-1, wave and a miss from Callaway. 1-2. Well off the plate, and a good extension there from the catcher in Roberts to save it from going to the backstop and what likely would have scored Autumn Holland. That will even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stobbins still in the circle for the Spartans and comes set. The 2-2 hits Callaway on the shoulder. She wears it like a champ. That'll juice them up for the Indians. Coach Otwell is going to call time here and go check on Callaway. Hit her square in the bicep there, just right on the shoulder. Otwell doesn't even make it all the way over there before Callaway says, no, head back. I am good. Nobody out. Bases juiced for the Indians. This is what you like to see. Kyla Richardson, the lone lefty for the Indians, coming up to the plate. Top of the order due up after her. It's a familiar spot for Kyla Richardson. Think back to that first round of the area tournament where against the Stanhope Elmore Mustangs, as Coach Sonny Kolb comes out to the circle here, has a meeting with the infield about how they want to face this batter in Kyla Richardson. Coach Otwell will come talk to her and the on-deck woman in Lexi Smith, trying to play a little bit of a chess match here. As I mentioned, though, Richardson in a familiar spot here. Had the inside of the park grand slam back in the area tournament in the first round of that game against Stanhope Elmore, and Richardson just pulled it right down the right field line, and you'd love to see something like that come again. A little bit of a slapper is Richardson, and just got to put one in play here. Bases juice for Richardson. Nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch swing, and it's a high pop-up that will hit the net on the backstop. Making chase for it was the third baseman, Stagner, but elects to lay off of it. And it's an 0-1 count here to Richardson, who is taking her time to get back in the box. She calls time and will settle in. Hard hit. That's a base hit over the outstretched glove of the second baseman. Autumn Holland scores. Everybody stays where they are. Indians notch their first run of the ball game. It's a 1-4 game, and they remain juice for the top of the order. Lexi Smith due up. So now it's Alyssa Brown who is running the bases, and you don't see that too often. She's at third. It's Madison Callaway at second. Richardson over at first as Lexi Smith steps into the box in an ever big moment. First pitch taken by Smith, called strike one over the heart of the plate. Smith on the 1-1, check swing, but she didn't hold up, 0-2. It was high and outside. Smith tried to chop at it, elected to stop her swing, but went across the plane of the plate there, 0-2. The pitch, fouled, straight back into the backstop. Smith stays alive. The 0-2, it's a bloop single into the outfield. Brown will score. Callaway starts around third, but stays right where she is. Indians keep tacking them on. It's a 4-2 ball game. An RBI single for Lexi Smith. The bases stay juiced here for the all-powerful Layla Culpepper. A meeting in the circle between the infield here as Skanes remains at first base. Coach Otwell coaching up Madison Callaway, who now stands at third. It's Richardson at second, Smith over at first, as Layla Culpepper steps into the box and what could prove to be the biggest at-bat of her career as a Wetumpka Indian. The junior comes set. Dobbins still in the circle. The first pitch, a wave and a miss from Culpepper, 0-1. Both crowds here collectively hold their breath. Bases juice, nobody out in the bottom of the fifth. The tying run stands at second, and the 0-1 is well off the plate. Outside, Roberts makes a nice play on it to save what would have been another run for the Indians. Count knotted at one here. Dobbins gets the pitch call. Starts her motion. Swing and a miss from Culpepper. She's behind 1-2. The 1-2. Fouled straight back into the backstop. Culpepper stays alive and will step out of the box here. She'll take a moment, try to collect herself as Coach Otwell gives her a couple of commands. Spartans infield playing well up, trying to make the play at the plate on a ground ball. Dobbins set, the 1-2. Hard hit out to right straightaway center field. It's in the alley. One hop and it's at the fence. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. 3 runs will score. Culpepper into third with a triple. A bases clearing triple from Layla Culpepper. 3 RBIs, and the black and gold lead it 5-4. What an inning for the black and gold. The throw was into third, and it was a close play, but as Culpepper slid in, the ball popped out of the glove of Stagner there. Now the black and gold lead it 5-4. Still nobody out, and another run just 60 feet away in Layla Culpepper at third base as Sophie Arendt comes up to the dish. 2 flyouts for her so far tonight. The first pitch to Arendt. North leaves it on her shoulder, ball 1. The 1-0, well off the plate outside. Culpepper leaves it on, Arant leaves it on her shoulder, 2-0. The 2-0 is a pop-up. Well out of play down the first base side. And that'll make it a 2-1 count. First swing we've seen from Arant in this one. The 2-1 called strike two. It looked like it was a little bit inside, but Blue gives the nod to the Spartans. Counts knotted at 2. Culpepper stands at third. Nobody down in the bottom of the 5th. A high pop-up from Arant over to the left fielder. Culpepper stays put where she is at third base. Thought about tagging up, elects to stay. That's the first out of the inning for the Spartans. You can still get a sac fly here as Taylor Carlisle, the young 8th grader, steps up to the plate looking to give the Indians another insurance run. 5-4, the black and gold lead it. Dobbins comes set. First pitch swinging from Carlisle. It's a fly ball out to straightaway center. Culpepper's going to tag. The play at the plate throws off the mark. Culpepper's in there. 6-4 on the sac fly from Taylor Carlisle, and now the Indians with a 2-run advantage. Bailey Carlisle will step up to the plate here with nobody on and 2 down. She represents the 9th batter of the inning for the Indians. First pitch to her is a breaking ball in there called strike 1. Foul tip on the first pitch of the at-bat. Or the second pitch, apologies there. It's fouled straight back into the backstop. A wave and a miss from Carlisle, and that's how the inning ends. 6 hits for the Indians, 6 runs. Now they lead it as we head to the top of the 6th. 6-4. Good guys on top. We'll see you in just a couple of moments. This is the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network from Radio Alabama Sports.
Safety starts with Montgomery Fire Equipment Company. From inspections and extinguisher service to full fire suppression systems, businesses across Alabama trust our team to protect what matters most. And now, we're hiring. We're looking for new fire technicians to join our team. If you're hardworking and ready to make a difference, this is your chance. Montgomery Fire Equipment, protecting people, property, and progress.
Looking to tackle your next home project? Look no further than Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply. With same-day pickup, ship to store, and ship to home, all available at RussellDoItCenter.com. Whether it's paints, tools, lumber, or lawn care, we've got what you need with the service you can trust. So be sure to shop today at RussellDoItCenter.com. RussellDoItCenter.com.
Experience and knowledge from the pros. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply.
At First Community Bank, it's more than banking. It's a relationship that lasts. From loans and savings to checking and mortgages, they're here for every stage of life. Local people, local decisions, and a commitment to community. First Community Bank, let's do life together. A big inning for the Indians that saw them score 6 runs and now take the lead, a 2-run lead over the Saraland Spartans. Leading it off for the Spartans is the pitcher, Miley Dobbins. And the first pitch is a base hit out into left field. Autumn Holland stags it and saves it from going to the wall. A leadoff single for Miley Dobbins. We saw Layla Culpepper, the pitcher, give herself some run support. Miley Dobbins looking to do the same. A leadoff single for the Spartans. And we will see a pinch runner as Jenna Janik comes in to make the trip around the bases for Dobbins. And Mallory Brown steps into the box. She represents the tying run here in the top of the 6th inning. The first pitch upstairs from Culpepper, 1-0. Culpepper, the 1-0, skipped in front of the plate off the glove of Brown, and that will allow Janik to advance to second. Double play on the ground is now out of order, 2-0. And it looked like it hit Alyssa Brown, maybe in the chest plate. The umpire goes out and talks to Culpepper, trying to give Brown a chance to kind of recover from what looked like it got her under her gear. Taking a second here. It's a 2-0 count to Mallory Brown when we resume. Lexi Smith came over and gave some words of encouragement to Culpepper in the circle. It's a 6-4 ball game in the top of the 6th. Good guys lead it. The 2-0 upstairs. Good save from Brown. Stops it from going to the backstop. 3-0. Called strike one. Nice recovery there from Layla. Right over the heart of the plate. Brown leaves it on her shoulder. A ground ball over to second base. Smith grabs it. Underhand toss to Aran at first. They get the run. They get the out. But one runner advances to third. It's Janik, the pinch runner for Dobbins. One down here as a run stands just 60 feet away. We'll get a time call here from the new batter at the plate. It's E.C. Reddy. She drew a walk and is grounded out in her previous 2 appearances, 3rd time up at the plate. And the first pitch from Culpepper catches the zone. Called strike one. The 0-1 from Culpepper missed just a tiny bit north. Evens up the count here at 1 apiece. Fly ball, straightaway center. Jalen Morrell has to hustle for it. That will score one. It was deep into the outfield. The Spartans make it a 6-5 ball game. They trade the out for a run on the sac fly. And the Indians threw it over to third. Thought she might have left a little bit early. The umpires say that's not the case. So it is a 6-5 ball game with 2 down. Briley Goff at the plate now. First pitch from Culpepper upstairs, 1-0. Lots of the complex has begun to gather here around this field as it proves to be everything it was hyped up to be. The 1-0 is lifted into straightaway center. Jalen Morrell makes the grab. The side is retired. 3 outs left for the Spartans. Indians look to tack on a couple more in the bottom of the 6th. This is the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network from Radio Alabama Sports.
.105.1 WRFS is WRFS-FM, Rockford, Alexander City, Lake Martin, Wetumpka, Prattville, Montgomery, home of the Wetumpka Indians on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network.
Looking for power, performance, and adventure? You'll find it all at Collier Ford in Wetumpka. Whether it's the legendary Ford F-150 built to tackle any job, the bold and capable Ford Bronco built for the trails, or the versatile Bronco Sport perfect for every road trip, Collier Ford has the right ride for you. Proudly serving the River region since 1952. We're here to keep you on the road.
Come to Collier.
Getting you back in the game faster. Baptist Ortho Now, your official orthopedic injury and recovery experts for the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network. Online at baptistfirst.org.
Bottom of the 6th inning here. Good guys lead it 6-5, and leading us off, it's Autumn Holland. She got the bats going in the bottom of the 6th, and she'll try to do it again, or in the bottom of the 5th, she'll try to do it again. First pitch swinging from her. It's a high fly ball into straightaway left field, and there to make the grab is Bird. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Indians. Wharf Casual Seafood is fresh, fast, and always delicious. Wharf Casual Seafood in Wetumpka has something for everyone, from shrimp and fish to po' boys and salads. Enjoy coastal flavor right here at home. Dine in or take out today. Wharf Casual Seafood, where fresh seafood meets family-friendly dining. The Wetumpka Sports Network is proud to be fed by Wharf Casual Seafood. Alyssa Brown will settle into the plate now on the first pitch to her, and she has to slide back out of the way of it. 1-0. There's one down here as the Indians lead it 6-5 over the Saraland Spartans. And a base hit right back up the middle from Brown will give the Indians their first base runner of the inning. Madison Callaway will come up to the plate. It was a nice piece of hitting there from Alyssa Brown. A ground ball right up the middle in the 4-6 hole. She will run the bases as well. A bunt from Callaway, and a good one at that. Squares it, and they do throw over and get it in time. Brown will advance to second. Indians trade the out for the extra base. So Brown will stand at second here as the 9-hole hitter, Kyla Richardson, comes up to the plate. The lone lefty for the black and gold. She singled in her last time up, picked up the first RBI of the game for the Indians as she takes strike 1 on the outside edge of the zone. The 0-1 slapped the other way. The left fielder Bird looks like she's going to make the grab, and she will. All important top of the 7th inning coming your way in just a couple of moments as the good guys lead it by 1 on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network from Radio Alabama Sports.
This is
guiding you through every step, from quotes to claims. Trusted a neighbor who truly cares. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Jackson Hagan is there. Call 334-478-3864 for a quote today.
3 outs stand between the Indians and the Odyssey to Oxford. Top of the 7th here on the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network. Good guys lead it 6-5. Central Alabama Community College is building brighter futures right here at home with affordable tuition, flexible programs, and campuses across the region. CACC helps students start strong and go far. Central Alabama Community College is central to you and central to your success. Culpepper will start us off here. The first pitch called strike one. No 1 count here, and just a little bit south that time. Culpepper misses on the low end of the zone and not up the count here at 1-1. It's 9-1-2 due up for the Spartans. Jaden Bird leading us off. Hard hit right back up the middle. Jalen Morrell will stop it, but it touches the outfield grass first. Now the tying run for the Spartans stands at first base. Kyler Reed will come up to the plate. A lefty for the Spartans. And shows a bunt here. It's a good one. Carlisle comes over to third and no throw. 2 runners on for the Spartans. It was a good bunt, just dropped right in front of the plate and blocked by Arant, not able to make the throw there. Miscommunication for the Indians proves costly. That'll bring up Lily Roberts to the plate after back-to-back singles from the Spartans, and now the tying run stands at second with nobody out. Another lefty is Roberts, and she will show bunt as well. Decides to pull back and called ball 1 on the outside edge of the zone. The bunt is bounced foul down the third base line. Knocks up the count here. 1 ball and 1 strike. And out here would be huge for the Indians. And Coach Sonny calls a timeout here. She's going to have a conversation with Lily Roberts about how they want to attack this. And Coach Otwell will march out from the dugout as well, call the infield in, and have a meeting with them. A chess match between these two teams. It's been a back-and-forth ball game that saw the Indians score 6 runs back in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's how we got to this point. Spartans scored 1 in the top of the 2nd, and they tacked on another 2 in the top of the 3rd. We had a couple of scoreless innings before we got to the big one from the black and gold. One and 1 count here. Nobody down in a big at-bat for Lily Roberts and the Saraland Spartans. Comes set, does Culpepper, and fires home. Just missed it a little bit north. Showing bunt again was Roberts, but pulled back. Now a 2-1 count. Spartans, crowd on their feet, cheering on Roberts. The 2-1. Showing bunt, and it's right into the glove of Alyssa Brown. A heads-up play from her gives the Indians the first out of the inning. Oh, apologies. That was actually not the first out. I totally had that wrong. I thought Brown caught it on the fly, but it looks like it bounced. The pitch was a ball, so now it's a full count, 3-2. The payoff from Culpepper, slapped the other way. Carlisle, what a drive and catch. They try to double him up, and they can't. Bailey Carlisle saved what would have been the tying run. It was a bloop single over the head of Taylor Carlisle at third base, and a full extension from Bailey Carlisle, and she snags it. Wow, what a play. Carlisle a little bit shaken up here, and you cannot afford to have her get out of this ball game. She's a bona fide defender, an all-star last season in the North-South All-Star game, and they're just giving her a moment to collect herself. I think she just had the wind knocked out of her. One down here as the Indians lead it by 1. 2 runners on in the top of this 7th inning. That is the best defensive play I have seen from the Indians all season long. And Bailey Carlisle, wow. Runners on first and second. It's Bird at second, Reed at first. Now the 3-hole hitter, Anna Claire Cole at the plate. The first pitch from Culpepper just a little bit low. 1-0. The 1-0 upstairs. 2-0. Brown's going to walk it out just a little bit to Culpepper. Try to give her some time. Can't afford to have a walk in this situation. Indians lead it by 1, 6-5. Spartans down to their final 2 outs. A pop-up to straightaway right field. It's deep. Both runners will tag. And retreating back to first is Reed. Bird will advance to third. Spartans down to their final out with runners on the corners. The tying run stands just 60 feet away. Jaslyn Skanes will come up to the plate. She hurt the Indians back in the top of the second. A leadoff double, and she came around to score the first run of the game. And it'll all come down to this at-bat. And Coach Otwell's going to intentionally walk her. Sends her down to first base, so now the bases are juiced with 2 down in the top of the 7th. Miley Dobbins, the pitcher, will come up to the plate. And talk about a pitcher giving themselves run support. Dobbins has the opportunity to do it here. We saw Culpepper do it for herself back in the bottom of the 5th. Dobbins a chance to do it for herself as well. First pitch swinging. It's a pop-up to straightaway center. Morrell makes the grab. The Indians are heading to Oxford. They storm back to spur the Spartans and get the win 6-5. Undefeated in the South Regional, and they've got their eyes set on something bigger. 6-5, the Indians win it over the Saraland Spartans. The decision to intentionally walk Skanes proves successful. What a game for the black and gold. It all came in the bottom of the 5th, a 6-run bottom of the 5th, where the Indians scored 6 and just kept on hitting away. Layla Culpepper pitches the complete game on the mound. She goes for all 7 innings. She gives up 6 hits, 5 runs, just 4 of them earned, 5 walks to 1 strikeout, and did it all herself at the plate as well. 2 for 3 on the day, 3 RBIs. Kyla Richardson knocked in the first RBI of the game, sent Autumn Holland around to score back in the bottom of the 6th. Lexi Smith, a 2 for 3 showing with 1 run scored and an RBI as well. 6-5, the Indians are heading to Oxford. We will see you there Monday and Tuesday of next week. Make sure you stay tuned to the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network on Instagram and Facebook. We'll keep you updated with opponents, game times, and everything you might need to know as the Indians search for their third state championship here in Oxford. The Odyssey to Oxford continues. We will see you there. This is the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network from Radio Alabama Sports.
This has been a presentation of Radio Alabama Sports. This broadcast is copyrighted by Radio Alabama for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of the game without Radio Alabama's consent is strictly prohibited. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network, home of the Wetumpka Indians. Presented by RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty and RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty Plus, Central Alabama Community College, and the City of Wetumpka. Sponsored in part by Collier Ford, Central Alabama Community College, RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty and RE/MAX Cornerstone Realty Plus, Baptist Health, and Baptist Ortho Now, the City of Wetumpka, Central Access, Russell Do-It Center, State Farm Agent Jackson Hagan, Wharf Casual Seafood, First Community Bank, Montgomery Fire Equipment Company, CAC Adult Learning, and Precision Floor Care. The Collier Ford Wetumpka Sports Network is a product of Radio Alabama Sports and Radio Alabama. This broadcast is copyrighted by Radio Alabama for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of the game without Radio Alabama's consent is strictly prohibited. Thanks for listening.